Hello, traders. What I'm going to show you today is a sentiment indicator, which is quite reliable, and I use it as a basis of understanding where the market is heading. I would say this indicator, like most indicators, it's as good as 70% of the time. If you really combine it with another strategy, I guess it could have an 80% win rate, which is very high. Even a 70% win rate is quite good, but then again, you don't get these signals often. All right, so what you see in red is the put call ratio, which is a measure of the puts to the calls. When the ratio gets high, like these instances here, right, those are typically when the market bottoms out, and the opposite when it's low, the market typically tops out. So what we have right now is a very extreme level of complacency in the market, which means optimism, and that is typically when major tops form. So what you see here in red is the put call ratio, and currently it's at these extreme lows. Where what happened when it was this low last time? One example is right here, and that's when the major top formed in July. Yes, the SPY has moved a little higher, but the main index, which is the tech heavy index, it's still below. And that was a major top. So, and then we got that extreme, well, not extreme, but the decent correction that we got in till early August. So that was, you were warned through this signal that there is a lot of complacency in the market and a correction is most likely coming. Another signal was got in July last year. So you can see when it was this low, the market was topping out. It was just going sideways, right? But basically, the move was over by the time you got the signal. It was just basing and forming a turning point, and then we got a 10% correction, which is quite sizable, which was once again predicted by this signal. Now, these extreme levels were last seen right here in December of 21, coinciding exactly with the top of the bull market and the start of the bear market. So, again, proving the point that when everyone is optimistic, everyone thinks they know what they're doing, that is typically when tops form. And of course, the opposite, if and when we do see a sell off, this put call ratio will probably spike really high, which would mark some sort of a bottom, like it has in, for example, this instance. This bottom was with an elevated put call ratio, and then this bottom here in October was with an elevated put call ratio, right? So that's just the gist of it. You have to be able to go against the herd and maybe even the trend in this case, because that's how the signal works, right? Yes, we're in an uptrend, but the signal only works when you're going as a contrarian against the trend, against the herd. So, which is not easy, but that's how this setup is, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm short the indices. So your personal risk management would be your choice. But this is just to give an idea of the sentiment right now in the market. Yes, it's breaking to new all-time highs, but don't get drawn into that attention, because that same thing happened here. After a lot of consolidation, we had a break to new all-time highs, and that was the top, which, I mean, it took, how long did it take to get back there? Very long. It took a very long time to break, and then we had a massive, ugly bear market that followed when everyone is very optimistic. All right, thank you, and I would love to hear what you have to say down in the comments.